responsibilities and duties to uphold and work for their communities and their nations. I would like to touch the following areas for my advice. That is, if you look at the Scout motto, talks about be prepared. If you are training young people to be prepared, I think it is something that worth it, and it is something that is needed to commemorate and also to be part of. I was not prepared for this. I was just called today around 2 o'clock that you have to represent the school on behalf of Nyavali to mark an event to commemorate the legacy of Bowden poet. So look at the motto of the Scout, which says, be prepared. So young people and Scout members, wherever you are, I think giving you the skill of preparation in your communities and also in your country, worth it. And it is something that is recommended. Going to the slogan of the Scout, which says, do a good turning daily. Wherever you are, I think it's important to be recommended to be doing good things. And that's what the society needs today. We are in a society whereby you can do bad, but at the same time you can do good. But if you are trained to be doing good all over your career, I think that alone is a word of advice. Giving somebody the skill, the knowledge, and also the ability and the interest and the passion to be a good individual in society, I think that's a very important way of bringing up young people. The Scout law, if you look at the Scout law, which says trusty, loyalty, helpful, friendly, kind, obedient, cheerful, and brave. I think if we all obey these laws and being trained and being put in conditions, I can say, or being equipped and being there in society with these laws that says trustworthy. Even if you look at the gangs, we have always problems with gang leaders. We have always problems with criminals. Even if you look at criminals, once you are in the team and they found out that you are not trustworthy, it simply means your elimination. So wherever you are, trustworthy is something that is very, very important. And training young people into this, I think it is something that is very, very important. And loyalty. We do good every day, but there are people who are trained to be doing bad things. Those people have institutions, they have gangs, they have groups, they live in communities. But what do? They mobilize themselves and plan things together. But one thing that they put on the table is that loyalty. If you are not loyal to us, you are not part of us. Much more than institutions whereby governments are running these institutions daily. Our upcoming young generation, like you people, are being trained to be loyal. So wherever you are tomorrow, we are satisfied with that. I think scouting worth it, and it is a very important area. And the other things we talked about, helpful. Who on this earth today don't need help? I can tell you one story. I saw a picture on the social media whereby a young girl at a very remote area, I can say the elder sister was at the age of, let's say, 4, and the younger sister was at the age of, I can say, 2. They were in a very remote area because the picture was taken in a very remote area. This young girl was helping and giving the sister water to drink. And once I saw that picture on the social media, my mind started pounding on something, which was responsibility does not go with age. Responsibility goes with wisdom, and the age doesn't matter. Look at that young girl helping a younger girl of the age 2, and he is almost at the age of 4, which means if the scouts are being trained to be helpful, I think if you live with this skill and this in you in the society, wherever you are, you don't talk about the age of the individual, but you just give help based on how you were trained. I think that is a very important thing. And also, the law talks about friendliness. You have to be friendly. If you are trained here and you are out in the society and you become a very friendly man, you can live with everyone in the community. And friendliness, it is godliness, and it is also humanity, which I believe, I'm very proud that the law of scouting is putting this thing in place as a human rights activist here. Now, it also talks about kindness. I think to advise this gathering today is very simple. It's not a big task because the advice has already been given to you. The only thing that is necessary now is for you people to what? To put it into practice. Let people see it in you. Let it be there in you. Wherever you move, you don't see the commissioner around, or you don't see your team leader around, but you say that I have vowed to the Lord that I must be friendly, I must be helpful, and I also must be trustworthy, and there must be loyalty. Likely, the law added to the obedience. All of you are leaving this place tomorrow. You are going to the outside world. You are going to live with your community members. And what happens next? Try to be obedient. What does it mean? Try to be taking mentorship from people. Try to take advice from people. And if you are interested in things, if people give you commands, you go by those commands to see that this law is being practiced and it's being put in place. Now the other thing is cheerful. To be cheerful simply means to be optimistic. Who in this world is not that in need of the hope that things can always be possible? That is optimistic. You have the belief that wherever I am tomorrow I can make it, or things can be possible for me. I think if you people live with this, the only thing I think is needed to be added here is the practice. Let us put it in place. Let us practice it and let it be part of us. Let's always have the confidence that things will work one day or the other. And the other thing says, brave, be brave. Be brave. The country needs protection. And I'm very glad, Regional Commissioner and Deputy Governor Elara, that these very young people have already been equipped with the skill that is going on at the school, at the police training school, because this is what they train them. The march past that I have seen here, the skill that they have demonstrated here is something I am very much interested. And I was even thinking of, because we normally have International Human Rights Day, whereby if it is possible, the Regional Commissioner can gather all the scouts in this region. We pull out funds to make sure that it is celebrated in this form. This is human rights, because he made mention of that when it comes to religion, we don't discriminate. We are in a society that everybody needs that. So the other important thing is be brave. Try to be brave. If you are trained to be brave, if you are trained not to be scared of anything, but they have already put the respect in you, bravery goes with respect. Don't be a team individual. Whoever comes to you, you start giving up. Be brave so that the country tomorrow can be lifted, can be protected, and can be defended. We are very proud of this thing. And the last part of it is the Scout Oath. If you look at the Scout Oath, which pledge, and all of you have given the promise that you will do your best and give duty to God and give duty to your community. This is the advice, and this is what we need. Article 29 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights says, everybody have the duty and responsibility to its country, to its nation, and to its individual or friends, or to one another. We have duties and responsibilities to one another, and which you have already promised to do. I think advice is less here. The only important thing here is to what? To make sure that we practice what has been put in place. And the oath, that the promise that all of you have taken goes along to say that you have to be obedient to the laws that I have been quoting here. You have to be obedient to it. You have to respect the laws, and you have to live with these laws, and to help other people at all times. This is very important. Some of you will say, okay, if I don't have money, or if I am not rich today, and you are doing it for me. So meaning, in your oath it says, be helpful at all times. Be helpful at all times. Are you getting this? No matter where you are, don't wait for your strength. Don't wait for your pocket. Don't wait for the ability or for your education to say that I will start the help when I have this, or when I become the deputy governor, or when I become the president, or when I become the what? You should what? Start the help or you should be helping at all times. I think this is part of advice. The other important thing about your oath says, keep yourself strong mentally and morally. Who doesn't want to be mentally and physically fit? Even morally, everybody is in need of that moralness to be part of society. Don't do things that people will commit you after. Don't do things that people will talk about which will hurt your family, but not you. Many of us, when we got to the field, what we normally told our people at the ground is that, yes, we are human rights advocates, but let us be careful of one thing. Let us not do things that will hurt the next person, but do things that will help hurt you yourself. That is not bad. But you are doing things that is hurting your community, that is hurting your parents, and that is also hurting your what? Your family or your neighbors. These things are not part of moral. Now, if you all took the oath and the promise and also the pledge that all these things are going to be fulfilled, then therefore I think there's already the skill and there's already what? The power for them to live in the society. So the only thing that we need here is for them to what? To put it into practice. Let them practice it. Let them sit until I met you tomorrow and told you that, okay, so and so says it's from your band and this is what he has done and everybody is proud of it. That's the world tomorrow for them, but not today. Not in this building here. Finally, all what is scouting is highly complementary to the government, to our state, to our neighbors, to our community, and also to even our compounds. Wherever humanity is, scouting is a complementary work for them. Finally, it is a big achievement for Baden-Powell and to all of you training them. Baden-Powell is not only taking this remarks of this achievement, but to all of you. We are very proud of you, and you are all doing a very great job, and keep it up. I thank you all for this, and we are very much pleased that it is a very, very great and wonderful ceremony. I thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Kewa, for that wonderful advice.